There's been a lot of talk about SeaWorld in the news and on social media lately, and it has a lot of people asking questions, and I totally understand that. So that's why I'm here today at the Killer Whale Fish Prep area to answer a question that we get quite a bit. It comes from Jake on Twitter, and he asks, is it true you deprive whales of their food if they don't perform? Thanks for the question, Jake. I know you've heard that from PETA, and you'll see it in the movie Blackfish, but I'm telling you it's definitely not true. But don't just take my word for it. One of the stars of Blackfish, his name is John Hargrove, and he tweeted, any trainer that held back food from a whale was a poor trainer and using techniques not taught to us in the SeaWorld system. Listen, I don't agree with John on much, but he is spot on that tweet. We would never deprive our whales or any of the animals here at SeaWorld of the food that they need, which means we go through a lot of fish, about 30,000 pounds a week to be exact, and that's just here in Orlando. So let's go take a look at everything that goes into feeding our killer whales every single day. Hi, Nugget! So if you've been to SeaWorld, you've probably seen trainers carrying around buckets full of fish. What you don't see is all the work that goes into getting the fish into those buckets and ready for the whales each day. Every week, 30,000 pounds of fish is delivered to the park. It's taken into a deep freezer and kept really, really cold. I mean, right now it's 18 below zero in there. Then every night we take only the fish we need for the next day and move that to another cooler to slowly thaw. Then early the next morning, that fish is moved again into the commissary, where it's rinsed and examined, weighed, and sorted. Any fish that's damaged doesn't make the cut and is thrown away. After all of that, the trainers put the fish into buckets for the whales. Now each whale has its own set of buckets, and they're labeled. CAT stands for Katina. This would be Makayo, her 4-year-old little boy. Nick, why don't you talk about the buckets?
All right, well, obviously each whale has their own individual diet. So we just want to make sure that the fish we're giving them has the proper amount of protein, fat, and other nutrients that they need. Each fish is different. For example, the Keathlin has a high water content which helps keep the whales hydrated, while the herring has more fat to them.
So our veterinary staff creates a customized diet for each whale based on its size, its gender, its age, and as the whales change, then our vets change their diets too. For example, if one of our females is pregnant or lactating, we'll alter her diet and give her more calories, and that's really important because she's burning more energy. And now for the final step in the process. We get to say good morning to the whales and have our first of many feedings for the day. As you can see, there's a lot that goes into preparing the food that we feed to our killer whales. But it's work that we love because we've dedicated our lives to taking care of these animals, and we would never deprive them of the food that they need. I've been around here for 28 years as an animal trainer, and I've never done it. I've never seen anybody do it, and we never will. So Jake, I hope that clears things up for you. And for the rest of you guys, keep the questions coming. We know you love these whales, and we love them too.